Okay, everybody, just finished rigging out my new Jackson Knarr, and yeah, I thought I'd give you guys just a walkthrough of the boat, and I'm probably going to work my way up to the front. I'll start at the back and go over everything that I've done. Way back here, I've got my power pole micro anchor. Of course, the Jackson Knarr comes ready for this. All you got to do is screw the plate in and attach the motor right there. This is the wireless model, so I've got the wireless battery. And then I've got the control panel just mounted to my tri-track right there. Moving up a little forward, got the Yak Attack backpack right there. That's the 13 by 16. I've got that mounted to that piece of tri-track right there with these L brackets that I 3D printed. I wanted to move this backpack a decent amount away from the seat itself. I'm going to be putting another tackle storage box right here in the near future. So I want to leave ample room for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I've got the Boondocks landing gear that I've got installed here. Drilled some holes through the entire tri-track itself, and then 2.5-inch T-bolts going through the length of the entire tri-track, and then just attach that with the rest of the gear that comes with that, or with the rest of the hardware that comes with the landing gear itself. Just have a little camera mount right there that I made a long time ago. Handles. I got my rod stagers right there. Moving on to the seat. Got my thermarest, my lumbar support right there. Kayak cushion, of course. Got a little 3D printed catchboard holder, and then my catchboard there as well. Got my live scope pole, the HD Innovations live scope pole. Ram ball to the adapter arm to another adapter that connects to the pole itself. Down to my LVS 34 transducer, which the wire I have running through the tri-track here into the hull of the kayak, going through the top rod, the rod tube right over there. Of course, got my little cup holder right there. Let's go to the other side before I keep on moving forward. You'll see I'm running the Yak Power wireless switching system. Got that track mounted right there. Got my Yak Attack double header, my paddle holder, holding my Bending Branches Angler Classic paddle. Got a little Yak Attack rod holder right here. I like the forward facing rod holders, just so you land a fish and that's somewhere convenient and easy to put your rod while you're taking care of your fish. Of course, we got the Jackson Kayak Mark IV drive right there. On top of that, I've got a little phone mount, ram mounts, and I actually sometimes use this for my net. Usually put the net handle right there and then have it the rest of the net resting on the front. I installed a piece of tri-track right here that's acting as my captain's bridge, if you will, and on that I've got my Lowrance fish finder right there. I've got my Garmin fish finder there. That's what I'm using for my live scope. That's the LVS 126. And I made a 3D printed a custom mount for that fish finder. And in the back, you can see I've got just some Yak Attack hardware that's bolting that down to the actual tri-track itself. Got a little GoPro camera mount right there. I also 3D printed this box, which is also attached to the tri-track. This is a voltmeter and a USB charger there as well. Gonna move back a little bit. So if I want to turn on my Yak Power thing, you can see how this is going to work. M is going to be for my mid lights. These are just some blue Yak Power button lights. I 3D printed a mount so that I could track mount these. And I don't have any holes drilled for the wires. The wires are just going inside the tri-track here and then running out the front and into the hull of the kayak through this top rod tube. So I got those ones. If I hit number 2, that's actually turning on the white lights up front. This is for basically when I'm doing some night fishing and I catch a fish and I want to show it off and get better footage of it. I decided to get some, rear facing white lights that would show the fish off better. So yeah, those are, that's on my mid, and then on my 2. If I hit the B, that'll go. That's going to turn on my voltmeter and my USB charger over there. So turn that off, and then the 1 is attached to the Lowrance, and then the S is attached to the Garmin fish finder there. Going up into the hull of the kayak itself, That's where I'm actually holding the battery. So in there, you can see I've got a 60 amp hour amped outdoors deep cycle Bluetooth battery, so I can monitor the battery's life, how much time I have left, and all that good stuff. I've got a Anderson charger right there, and this battery is powering everything on this kayak. So I did test it out with everything going and a fully charged battery. I still have about 11 hours of battery life, so that'll be enough to get me through a day for sure. I've got my black box for the transducer just zip tied to my rod tubes right there, and I've just got a whole bunch of wires in there as well. I might have to clean up that wire that mess a little bit, do a little bit of wire management. But yeah, I've also got a 3D printed transducer mount for the Lowrance, so you can't really see it, but if I go underneath, you'll see the transducer cover. So that's the transducer for the Lowrance itself, and I've got it 3D printed to this. The transducer is attached to this other mount that I 3D printed, and then it's attached to a bolt that comes up through here, and then this is just a cap, and then that wing nut that attaches to the bolt, and that keeps everything nice and tight up against the hull of the kayak. So yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. Went through that pretty quickly, but yeah, that's the setup. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and until next time, we'll catch you later.